Every culture is being intentionally intertwined with these migrants for the purpose of removing the national identity of that culture. They're attacking culture because they know if they can make everybody the same race and everybody the same culture, that a world government makes perfect sense. They are going to try and create a big divide between the migrant culture and the American culture, and they're going to try to get all the blacks and all the Latino Americans in with the migrants saying people of color, when it's not. It's a fucking American issue versus people who are not Americans. I'm talking about the fucking criminals that are being flown into South America and Central America and told to walk into America while all these other countries empty all their fucking prisons and we have to take them at our dollar. We have our own problems, dude. These people cannot be here. We're going to have to run a massive deportation operation that involves checkpoints and involves like real shit for a little bit of time to get all these people out of here. What is up, guys? It's Andy Frisella, and this is the show for the realists. Say goodbye to the lies, the fakeness, and delusions of modern society. And welcome to motherfucking reality, guys. Today we have, for your listening pleasure, Andy and DJ.
Cruise the motherfucking internet.
That's what we're going to do. That's what CTI stands for, cruise the internet. We put up topics on the screen. We talk about what's true, what we think is not true, and we talk about how we, the people, can be the solutions to the problems that are created in society. Other times, when you tune in, we have Q&AF. Q&AF is where you get to submit questions and we give you the answers. You can submit your questions for Q&AF a few different ways. The first way is...
Yeah, guys, email those questions into askandy@andyfrisella.com.
The second way is you can go on YouTube in the comments on the Q&AF episodes and drop your question in the comments, and we'll choose some from there as well. Other times we have Real Talk. Real Talk is just 5 to 20 minutes of me giving you some real talk. Some people might call it a rant. We call it awesome. Other times we have Full Length. Full Length is what you see on most podcasts where somebody comes in and we have a conversation. And then we have 75 Hard Verses. 75 Hard Verses is where we take someone who was in pretty bad shape before 75 Hard. They got their shit together through 75 Hard. They come on the show. They talk about it. They talk about how they did it and how you can do it as well. If you're unfamiliar with 75 Hard, 75 Hard is the world's most famous mental recalibration tool that has ever existed. And you can get it for free at episode 208 on the audio feed only. It is the initial phase of what is called the Live Hard program. And it's free. So if you've got some shit going on, this is a great way to fix it, all right? Episode 208, go get it. It's free. There is a book available, too, that's not free. The book will give you the ins and outs of what's going on in detail. If you're one of those people that has to know the actual details of things, like I am, an inquisitive person, the book is a good option for you. You can get that on the website, andyfrisella.com. We do have a new book coming out January 1st, so get ready for that. It is fucking awesome, too. With all that being said, we have this thing on the show called The Fee. Now, you're going to notice that I don't run ads on the show. I don't take ad money from other people because I don't want to listen to them tell me what they think I can and can't say or should and shouldn't say. So I just preemptively tell them to fuck off, and I ask you in return to just share the show, all right? We talk about uncomfortable things here. We talk about things that are controversial here, and we ask very simply to help us get the message out. So if it makes you think, if it makes you laugh, if you think it's an important topic, please share the show. We're always battling the internet, the censorship, the throttling, the shadow bans, and we rely on you guys to stand behind us to get these messages out. So don't be a hoe.
Share the show.
All right.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
We've got another thing you got to add in there.
What, I forget something?
Yeah.
What?
Got Day in the Life episode 2.
Oh, that's right. Day in the Life episode 2 coming this Wednesday. What's the date?
29th.
Is that the 29th?
Yes. 29th.
The 29th
of November.
Of November at 8 Central. Mm-hmm. Day in the Life number 2. Mm-hmm. There's an important announcement within that show. Very important. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I like this Day in the Life. It's fun.
Yeah, have a good time.
It's fun to do, bro.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get funner. What?
I know that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's your word. Oh, man.
Well, yeah, it's
bro, I'm excited for the YouTube content that we have
got a lot of good stuff coming.
We have some shit coming that you guys have. Like, listen, I know it's been a while since I've done social media. It's actually been 4 years. All right. But we've been working and we've been building and we've been creating some things that I think y'all are going to love.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're going to love it because we love it and we're cool as fuck.
Yeah. Well, even if nobody loves it, we love it.
It's still fun.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. So that one thing we're going to do, the fucking.
Oh, that thing?
That's going to be funny. You know what I'm talking about too.
I know what that is.
It's going to be fucking great. Anyway.
You gotta stay tuned.
Yeah, you gotta stay tuned, man. Yeah. It's all going to be revealed in the day in the life as they progress. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're just trying to keep you entertained, man.
That's it.
Trying to make you guys be informed, but also have fun. We can do both.
Get added to the list.
That's right. Get up. It's not about being on the list, bro. It's about being at the top of the list. Okay, I'm trying to get prestige on the domestic terrorist list.
Personally excellent in everything.
Yes.
All right.
Like, I'm not trying to participate. I'm trying to be number one. All right? You guys should join me.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, it's a lot going on in the world, man. This is I know it's Saturday for you guys watching, Friday when we recorded. There's a lot going on, man.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. So let's get into it, right?
Well, hold on. How was Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good.
What'd you do?
So
now, you've been hitting it hard on your diet lately, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this is the most serious I've seen you. So
yeah, and I sent you my 2-week pick. I mean,
you look.
It's going.
Yeah.
I got a lot of work to do, but it's going. No, it was good, man. Went to my family's house and then went to Alex's side, and it was cool.
Yeah.
Nice and easy, nothing crazy. Yeah.
I saw you smoke one of them Palencias.
I did have one of those Palencias. They were
I like those Palencias.
Delicious.
They are good, man.
They're really good, man. And
I've discovered more and more about cigars a little bit, and I think my favorites are now the Padrones.
Those are good ones.
The Padron 64s and the Palencias.
Well, there was just something about, so I was at my mom, my family side, and there's just something about smoking a cigar in the midst of poverty. It just...
You feel like that much bigger of a boss?
Like, I zoomed in on the cigar, but if I would have zoomed out just a little bit, like, you guys would have understood where I was feeling.
So it was like a therapy cigar.
No, it was great.
Yeah.
I felt great.
I got it.
This is fucking great.
Bro, you know what? I can't believe how much I like the cigar thing. Like, I've started to really like it.
I'm doing it. Yes. So I
hope it doesn't fucking kill me, man. Like,
dude, no, there's this one guy. I think he's like 103, or he may have died at this point, but he's like 100. He's like, they asked him, like, what's your secret? He's like, I drink like 3 fingers of scotch a day, and I smoke a cigar.
Bro.
Every single day.
Bro, I'm
3 years old.
Like, earlier in my life, like, I tried smoking cigars a few different times.
Yeah.
And I just never got it. I never got into it. But as I've gotten older, and I've been around like other guys that do it, and like I've kind of seen the dynamic, because it's not just about the cigar, it's about the conversation around the cigar. And that's what I'm starting to really enjoy. They're opening a cigar club here in St. Louis called Carbon.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it opens December 15th. And I'm a founding member of it. So
no shit.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to go. It's like members only, but I'm sure they'll let you in.
Ah, well,
yeah. You have to come.
They have to let me in.
It's part of the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, dude, I don't know. There's something about it.
Like, I used to be really big into it. I had a membership at a cigar bar over in Soulard. I used to go to all the time.
Yeah.
Had a little locker and everything. But then once we moved, it's like there's nothing really close out there. But I'm building myself a little cigar shop down in my basement.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah.
I've
been wondering where my scar's been going, bro.
Andy comes over one day. Well,
my inventory's a little low.
Where the fuck did you get all these from? No, man, it is.
That's
nice
fine with me, as long as I know when I come over, I'll be smoking some good shit.
Hey, always.
Yeah,
but only the best.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, man. Well, let's get into the cruise, man.
Right.
We got a lot of stuff going on. Let's knock this out, man. It's a trending topic right now, so let's just cover it briefly. We've covered the Palestine-Israel thing, but there has been a development that's important to bring up, but it's bringing a lot of interesting feedback on it, right? So the headline reads, Hamas releases 13 Israeli hostages, 11 others as ceasefire holds. So the terrorist group Hamas released their first wave of hostages, beginning a 4-day exchange that has paused the violence in Gaza. 24 hostages were transported out of Gaza via the Rafah border crossing on Friday, according to the Times of Israel citing Israeli officials. Now, at least 10 Thai nationals and 13 Israelis were released into the care of Red Cross personnel who were seen carrying those rescued via ambulance from Gaza into Egypt. The Israeli hostages were then expected to be transported to Israel to receive care at various hospitals. Qatar, a key player in the ceasefire deal negotiations, said 24 hostages have been released in total, including 10 Thai citizens and a Filipino citizen. Earlier, the Thai Foreign Ministry said that 12 Thai citizens had been released by Hamas. Now, Israel and Hamas have agreed to a 4-day ceasefire, during which the terrorist group will release 50 women and children, taking on in the October 7th attack on Israel in exchange for 150 Palestinians imprisoned by Israel. Okay, so that's the gist of it. Now, this is where, here's the counter narrative and what this has to do with us here in America, right? This is a trending topic on Twitter right now, and the topic is no Americans. Okay,
and they have some, right?
They have at least 10 that we
Okay.
know of.
Mhm.
Okay. And then this guy, Carmen Sabia, he tweeted this out. He said, President Joe Biden is said to have brokered the deal for the hostages with Israel and Hamas, and somehow no Americans were included. This man is senile. Not only were they not included, Biden is quoted to say he was gratified by the exchange, by the deal and the ceasefire. Quote, in a direct quote, quote, Jill and I have been keeping all those held hostage and their loved ones close to our hearts these many weeks, and I am extraordinarily gratified that some of these brave souls who have endured weeks of captivity and an unspeakable ordeal will be reunited with their families once this deal is fully implemented. He said in the statement, thanking the leaders of Qatar, Egypt, and Israel for their efforts to secure the agreement. Now, it should be noted, this is the first wave, but I do have a problem with how we are funding this. Taxpayers, American taxpayers are funding this, right?
Mhm.
And we couldn't even get a couple, right? Anything on this?
Well, I mean, I think in these situations we have to think as if we were them.
Mm-hmm.
Why it would be this way, right? And so if I was thinking as the leader of Hamas, we're getting our asses beat in.
Sure.
Okay, all of our children are being murdered in the fucking streets.
Bombings,
Yes, sure. I don't think a lot of people have really taken a look at the civilian casualties and who the civilian casualties are made up of.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of children, dude, and it's fucking horrible. And so when we think about it from Hamas's perspective, it's okay, we'll release these prisoners from these other countries. We'll release some of your prisoners. But I think on the world stage, their biggest poker chip are those American hostages,
For sure.
right? So for example, what they're probably thinking is, if we give them everybody, bro, they're just going to kill the rest of us, because the overwhelming amount of force that has been applied, which has been, this is why we're seeing protests all over the world. This is why we're even seeing Orthodox Jewish people protest in favor of Hamas.
Sure.
Okay. There isn't total unity amongst the Israel citizenship regarding the actions of Israel. And people don't understand that. So if you're Hamas, you kind of think of it like this. Okay, we give them this, we give them that, and we keep these guys, because if we keep these guys, because think about it.
Still leverage.
If the way that Israel has behaved, I think most people can agree that it's been extremely fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Okay. We can argue all day about justification and all that, and everybody has their own opinions about that. But the reality is that that's the precedent that's been set. Okay. So if that's the precedent that's been set and you're the team that's been getting their asses beat, why would you give them everybody? And then here's what my fear would be if I was them. They're going to give us back our Palestinian citizens. We're going to give them the Americans and the other citizens. And then they're just going to continue to kill all of us, because now they know that the hostages aren't in danger.
Right.
Okay. So I assume that's probably what's going on here. And I also probably bet that there's a 2-stage or 3-stage plan here to try and de-escalate the situation, right? Because it's like, dude, It's like whenever you get in a fight with somebody who's stronger than you and you happen to fucking get them on the ground and you're like, bro, are you cool?
We done.
Are we cool?
Yeah.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Right? You happen to get him and then you let the motherfucker up and he beats the shit out of you. And that's kind of what we're dealing with here, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's come from the assertiveness and the aggression, the retaliation from Israel onto Palestine and Hamas. Okay. But all in all, dude, I mean, real talk. It's fucking super tragic that so many children have been killed, and for the lives of how many hostages total?
240.
Okay, so there's been what
estimate?
How many casualties? Since like over 10,000?
Thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking terrible situation, dude, and I hope that they find a way to de-escalate it. But the reality is I don't see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we're more likely to see is Israel do exactly what the fuck they've been doing, and the minute those hostages are fucking out and they're safe, they go back to bombing it. And I think that it could potentially trigger a massive worldwide effort against Israel because of the brutality.
Yeah.
And, this is what I've been saying for since it started, is that we have a problem here because there's 14 million people that are considered Jewish, 16 million people worldwide, right? So there's 3 billion Muslims that are up in arms, and they're having riots and protests in every country. I mean, those numbers aren't good.
No.
And if those people decided that they wanted to remove Israel from the fucking planet, they easily could. It could happen easily. And that's where we get in a situation where as Americans, we get drug into a situation that honestly, do we even know that we can win?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on there, but I don't see it as Biden being senile as much as I'd love to. I see it as there's probably a multi-stage agreement that's happening here to try and de-escalate, but I don't think the de-escalation will happen. I think because of the nature of 2024 and what's going to happen, they're going to try to create as much disruption as possible for the elections. And as I've been saying for, the last 3.5 years, I believe they're going to try to play another pandemic play and a war at the same time to completely fucking shut down the possibility of Donald Trump coming back into power. Because if Donald Trump comes back into power, the globalist situation falls apart immediately.
Yeah.
So, and all of these people are globalists. So, there's a lot to look at here, but that's my take on it.
Yeah, no, that's a great take, man. Other thing I tried to pull up before this, I could not confirm it, but I saw something that the newly elected president of Argentina, Milei, he just pulled them out of the World Bank, the central banking system.
Yeah, well, that means that they're going to assassinate him.
That means he goes.
Yeah. So, if any leader that's ever tried to pull off the Federal Reserve since the beginning of time has ended up being killed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and that goes for Hitler. It goes for Gaddafi. It goes for Saddam Hussein. It goes for John F. Kennedy. Okay. And we go down the list of any leader that's ever tried to pull off the the Federal Reserve banking system.
Yeah. Well, they've all been killed.
They've all been killed somewhere or another.
Mm-hmm.
So, I hope he can do it.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, their economy is shit right now because of it.
Yeah. But I also feel like this guy is, I'm not sold on this guy yet. We talked about him the other day and I was kind of like, I don't know. I love his presentation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, we're going to have to see what he does because there's a lot of affiliations that don't make sense for what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Yeah. Well, guys, let's get into our headlines. Remember, if you want to see any of these pictures, articles, links, videos, go to andyfrisella.com. You can find them there. If you're watching in on the tube, check down in the description below. You can find them there as well. So with that being said, headline number one. Headline number one reads, Dublin mass stabbing. Children among the injured. Now, this is a tough one. So 5 people were injured in central Dublin, Ireland on Thursday. 2 of them seriously injured in a mass stabbing described by police as a, quote, serious public order incident. A man was arrested after multiple stabbing attacks on Parnell Street, Dublin on Thursday. Among the 5 people injured are 3 young children, and one of those children and an adult woman are said to be in serious condition. The Irish Independent described a, quote, scene of terror as pedestrians fled on foot from the attack, and reports that a male suspect arrested in relation to the incident has also been injured. A witness cited by the paper said the stabbings took place near a school and that, quote, the kids were out walking. All of a sudden, one of them fell to the ground, then another fell to the ground, then another falls on the ground, then this guy started running past. Passerbyers helped wrestled the suspected knifeman to the ground and jumped on him. Others have intervened to prevent the suspect being attacked, it was said. Griff reports the Irish Justice Minister said police are following a definite line of inquiry and are not seeking any other individuals over the attacks. He added, quote, my thoughts now are with the innocent children and the women who have been attacked, their families, and those who are caring for them at this time. So you had the stabbing take place.
Well, I'm kind of confused.
Mm-hmm.
So it's saying there were some passerbys that had to intervene to prevent from the suspect being attacked, like as retaliation?
I guess, yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Kill that motherfucker. On the spot, dude. On the spot. We need on-the-spot justice because these people have to learn that when you do shit like this, it's immediate.
It's an immediate fucking strong hand. Agreed, man. So you have this attack that happened Thursday, and then directly following that, Dublin erupts in protest. 34 people arrested in Ireland riots after a child is stabbed in Dublin. Around 500 people rioted in Dublin after the knife attack. Police in Ireland arrested 34 people in relation to riots that swept through Dublin on Thursday when cars and a bus were burned following a stabbing earlier in the day. Around 500 people wreaked havoc on the streets, with about a dozen stores looted while rocks and bottles were thrown at crowd control officers equipped with helmets and shields. The violence began after rumors circulated that a foreign national was responsible for a stabbing outside a school on Thursday afternoon. The suspect, who is understood to be of Algerian descent, is a naturalized Irish citizen. Attacked 3 children with a knife outside an elementary school in the city center just after 1:30 p.m. Here's a quick video of some of the...
Looks like those mostly peaceful riots we had here in 2020.
No difference.
Yeah. Except these ones are far right.
Oh, it's funny you say that, Andy. That's exactly what they're calling them.
Oh.
Yeah, far-right protesters burn and loot in
I'm
Dublin.
always 2 steps ahead, motherfucker.
And you're always on it, man.
Yeah.
Worst violence in decades.
Yeah. Far right.
Right-wing protesters. Angered.
So wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So people that are angered by a stabbing attack are now far right.
Immediately.
People who believe that a man is a man and a woman is a woman are far right.
Far right.
People who believe that criminals should be prosecuted for the laws that they break are far right.
Far right.
People who believe that elections shouldn't be stolen are far right. It's weird, huh?
Yeah, interesting.
It's weird. It's weird how anything other than
but thinking you it's okay to cut kids' dicks off, that's normal.
Yeah, that's normal. And if you disagree with that, that's far right.
Far right.
You know, if you don't be a nice little compliant NPC sheep, guess what you are?
Far right.
Okay, so eventually you have to get over that and say, well, fuck it. If that's what you think I am, and just whatever the fuck it is.
I am
whatever you say I am. Yeah, that's right.
If I wasn't, then why would I? That's a good song.
Yeah, it is. It's appropriate here too.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, there's a lot going on here, man. You know, and I think, you know, one could say, you know, I've been seeing a lot of people like, oh, they shouldn't have protested, right? But then you go back to like May of 2020 on their lines, and you know,
on their timeline,
stuff is justified.
Oh yeah.
Conversely, right? And it's just interesting. Now, you know, this migrant issue has been an issue all.
Well, hold on. That point alone, why do you think it is?
The hypocrisy of it?
Hold on. Why do you think it is that people are so comfortable saying one thing and then the other thing? Why do you think that is?
Because they don't believe any of it.
They don't believe any of it, and they're just doing and repeating and parroting what they're told. They're not thinking at all.
Exactly.
And they're going on the internet for likes, shares, views, and coming up with a creative way to say whatever the thing is and get celebrated for it, right? So when you guys see these people who say one thing and then another thing, you have to understand there's a couple things at play here. One, they don't know what they're talking about. But 2, a lot of these people are professional manipulators, and they get their power from pressing their viewpoint onto you, because it's the powerful narrative, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the powerful narrative that was backed by, if they understood that the far right was actually the more powerful side, which it is, if they understood that, they'd be on Twitter saying that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If it was about,
Yes. These people they don't operate with logic. They don't think like you and me. These are what's called NPCs. They are non-playable characters. These are people like when you play Grand Theft Auto when you were younger, or if you still play, they're the people walking up and down the street, bro. They have no idea they're even there.
Can't talk to them.
Yes. That's most of your family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah, man. But I mean, there's a bunch going on here with this situation, you know, and this is not, Ireland's first time having a problem with this. This headline reads, Yusuf Polani jailed for life for murder of Aidan Moffat and Michael Snee in Sligo. He was arrested after going on a LGBT rage of killing. Killed a couple of gay guys within a 4-day killing spree.
Yusuf Polani, he looks Irish.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds Irish, too.
Yeah, sounds real Irish.
Yeah.
Or this person, Aisling Murphy, man sentenced to life for Irish teacher's murder. Josef Pushka, who's 33, killed a 23-year-old teacher, stabbed her in the neck 11 times. He's not He's not Irish, not from Ireland. And then you see things like this that come up. It's interesting.
Muhammad was the most popular boy's name in Irish City in 2022.
Muhammad's not Irish.
Yeah.
It's not an Irish
Sure
name.
as fuck ain't.
And so it's like, it's interesting. There's a lot of stuff going on, but here's the thing that I'm seeing is that the people of Ireland, they're done with it. They're done with it.
We'll see.
Have this video here.
We'll see if they're done.
I don't know if you saw this video here. I got a clip for you.
This is the fella that was walking around Dublin for the last 8 months calling people far right and racist. From the Irish Times he is. Hey, look at them all. Look at them all. Far right. Look at him. Look at him. There he is. Everybody remember him from a few months ago calling people far right and racist. Yeah. What are you going to write in the Times tomorrow? Cry for help, was it? Was it cry for help? Fucking God. Look at all of them. Look at them. All of them. Oh, fucking dying for a good story, they are. They've put it back on the Irish people. Look at this gobshite from Virgin Media. Look at him. Pretend he's not listening to me. Look, we're not going to be intimidated anymore, all you. Yeah. Look at him. Coming down on his push bike just to get the story. Now, what are you going to say about the Irish people now? Are they far right? Are they racist? Are they racist? Are they? Yeah, you were laughing at them 8 months ago when you were telling you this is going to happen. All yous, fucking hacks. Yeah, go on, look at them. Good luck on your bike, go on.
Do you want to show me the video?
Yeah, on your bike. I don't even listen anymore, you're disgust, yeah. You're on Twitter, you fucking know, yeah. He's on the scene, we all seen it. Go on your bike. On your fucking bike, you hack.
That was polite.
Yeah, it was very polite. And then, in response to that actual video, Conor McGregor is now jumping in on the conversation. He tweeted this out. Should I read it in this? I love the Irish accent. Isn't that something? No, that's not it, is it?
I don't know.
But he tweeted this out. Quote, isn't that something? The absolute picture of weak and feeble. The most divisive of all is the weak man. One of the most horrific crimes this nation ever seen has occurred. We do not care anymore what you said. Cases got to shit, man. What the fuck? He types in Irish.
He fucking types Irish.
Types in Irish, bro. I can't fucking. We do not care anymore what you sad cases have got to say. In a war, you are nothing. We are not backing down. We are only warming up. There will be no backing down until real change is implemented for the safety of our nation. We are not losing any more of our women and children to sick and twisted people who should not even be in Ireland in the first place. Call it what you want. We do not care. May God help us all. Ireland for victory. Andy, what we got on this?
I think he's right. I think it's time to stand up. I think it's time to say, hey, these people don't belong in our country. I think that goes for here, it goes for there, and it goes for all of Europe and everywhere else that has had these people forced into their countries with no approval from the citizenship, who have come in and taken their resources and committed violent crimes. By the way, who advocates for these people to come into these countries politically, generally? Oh, it's everybody but the far right, which is a very small percentage. The far left, right? Because there's only two, far left and far right.
Right.
So it's the leftists who advocate for this. And did you notice who this guy fucking killed? Oh, he went on a gay killing spree. Now, why, if you were a leftist and LGBTQ was a priority for you, okay, and this is something that you claim to care for, and by the way, if you are LGBTQ and you're advocating for migration, why would you advocate for people who traditionally fucking hate you, who are going to cause you harm? Okay, like this reality, it's because these people are NPCs. They do not know what they are doing. Okay, and we, the intelligent members of society, whether we think more right or more center or even Democrat type thinking, the intelligent people of society, when we point this out, we are called names. We are called racist. We are called bigot. We were called, all of these things. And the reality is that's how they've gotten their way. They've gotten their way because people have been afraid to speak up because they feel like being labeled those things is not okay. You have to understand those labels do not mean anything anymore. They do not mean anything. Let them call you whatever they want. The reality is if we don't stand up, and I'm talking about the citizens of Ireland, the citizens of France, the citizens of Italy, the citizens of Germany, there will be no more Germany, Italy, France, Ireland, England, the United States, the way that we know it. And this is reality, every culture is being intentionally intertwined with these migrants for the purpose of removing the national identity of that culture. This is part of the destabilization process, which comes after the demoralization process. All right. So what they're trying to do is for the next, in 100 years, they don't want any white Irish people. They don't want any Germans. They don't want any Italians. They don't want any French. They want a single race of mixed race, of the mix between Caucasian and Middle Eastern and black, to become this like
no one identity.
Yeah, to become this same race of humanity. And on the surface, that sounds okay. You're like, okay, well, that's cool. We're all the same. What difference does it make? I agree. But what that also means is there is no Irish culture. There is no French culture. There is no Italian culture. There is no American culture. And what they're doing is they're trying, just like I tell you every single fucking show, politics is downstream of culture. So where are they attacking? They're attacking culture because they know if they can make everybody the same race and everybody the same culture, that a world government makes perfect sense. Okay? And this is fact. This is what they're doing. And anyone who's pointed this out for the last 15 years has been called a bigot, a racist. It is not racist to want Ireland to be made up of Irish people who have lived there for 5,000 fucking years. That's not racist. Okay? This is called the way it is. When you go to France, that should be for French people. When you go to Italy, that should be for Italians. When you go to Germany, don't you want to see Germans? Like, this is the reality that people do not understand, and they're afraid to talk about it because they're afraid to be called names. But this is happening here in America too. And people will say, well, America's a melting pot. It is. But these people that are invading our country, they're not Black Americans. They're not Latino Americans. They're not white Americans. They are people who believe different things than we all believe. And what I believe they're going to try to do in the near future, and I think this clip will age very well, is they are going to try and create a big divisive divide between the migrant culture and the American culture, and they're going to try to get all the blacks and all the Latino Americans in with the migrants saying people of color. They're going to try to make this a white supremacy,
issue.
Yes, when it's not. It's a fucking American issue versus people who are not Americans. Yep. And that's what we're dealing with. And if you do not see that, you're either not intelligent enough to understand what's going on, or you haven't been paying attention, or you're an NPC. Because that is exactly what's happening. This is what's happening. And by the way, if you go read anything that these people write about in the global economic forum and what they believe, they will flat out tell you to your face this is what they're doing.
That's their goal.
And people are afraid to stand up to it because they're afraid to be called racist or afraid to be called like bad names. Bro, the biggest thing that America has to understand right now is that Americans, whether they be black, white, Latino, or anything else, Native American, we are on the same team, okay? And when these people stir up this shit and they try to put everybody else on the migrant side, we have to remember what the people of Chicago are dealing with right now. The black communities of Chicago, they understand this. Mm-hmm. They understand those are not Americans. And we cannot buy into, over the next 12 months or the next however many years this might end up being, the idea that this is some sort of identity politic issue. This is not that. This is Americans versus non-Americans. This is Irish versus not Irish. This is fucking French versus non-French people. And this is, Europe is years ahead of us. So what's happening in Europe will begin to happen here. And here's the reality. And people hate this, but it's the truth. We're going to have to run a massive deportation operation in real life that involves checkpoints and involves like real shit for a little bit of time to get all these people out of here. Okay? These people have to go. They cannot stay here. I'm not talking about our Mexican friends who come across and come here for the better way of life. I'm talking about the fucking criminals that are being flown into South America and Central America and told to walk into America while all these other countries empty all their fucking prisons and we have to take them at our dollar when we've got fucking tens of thousands of homeless veterans and fucking 27,000 murders in the inner cities happening already, or 100,000 fentanyl overdose. Like, we have our own problems, dude. These people cannot be here. And the reality is like, we're going to have to do something very drastic to remove them. And it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be hard to watch because the media is going to show all the little kids crying and all this shit. And people are going to have, their sympathies for, right. It's going to be hard, dude. It's going to be fucking hard. And it's not racist.
Yeah. No, I'd tell you if it was. Guys, jump in on this conversation. Tell us what you guys think about this. This is a real issue. Hashtag hacks. Let us know what you guys think. So that being said, man, let's keep this cruise moving. Got cruise comments. Let's check this one out. So this one's coming from Stig Misser 1. He says, when are y'all restocking more Bison Real American Freedom wear? I was legit working late that night, and by the time I got online to make my order, everything was sold out. Andy, you got anything for him?
Well, you're going to have to watch that Day in the Life that's coming up this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central. But that's not the big announcement that I'm talking about, just so we know. But that update will be in there.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go, Stigs.
Yep.
Just wait on it.
Appreciate you, bro. There was over 10
people pissed off.
There was over 10,000 people in checkout when we sold out.
Yeah.
So like there's a big demand.
Yeah, for sure.
So we didn't anticipate that level of demand. We knew people were going to want it. Mm-hmm. We didn't know that many people were going to want it. So
plus, I'm sure a lot of people were buying multiples. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And it's really cool seeing everybody wear it and then tag us in it.
Yeah. No, it's fucking great. It's fucking great. Well, yeah, so Stig, it's coming.
Yeah.
Just wait on it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys for being real ass fans as always. Remember, we don't miss information. That was another fire one.
Yep. That's right.
I think you say it better though.
What is it?
Misinformation. We don't miss
information. We don't miss information.
Yeah. So if you don't want to miss information,
listen to the show.
Yeah. See what I did there, my dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really great.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, guys, let's get back to it. We got headline number 2. Little Andy Damas action.
Did that comment say, I can't wait for Andy's 10-hour history lesson so he can explain where all the corruption, where it stemmed from? Oh, man. Well, I could do it in about an hour if we really wanted to. Who else is excited for the idea of a 10-hour history lesson from Andy about today's corruption and where it stemmed from? Well,
apparently a lot of people are actually.
Yeah, well, it's not that hard to figure out. You just got to pay attention. And if you've been paying attention for the last 3 years, I've said it about 4,000 fucking times, but y'all just don't pick it up. Mm-hmm. My goal here is not to give you a fish, it's to teach you to fish.
Look at that.
Yeah, well, we can't win without people who can critically think and look into things.
Got to be able to do
The reason that we're losing right now is because even you guys depend on what you hear from the internet, including from me, as your only source of fucking information. And that's why we're here.
Yeah.
And that goes for even you guys that only listen to what I say and don't go look into it. You should go look into everything I fucking say.
That's why we give you guys the articles.
That's right.
Go look at absolutely, man. It's important. It's important.
We have to learn to critically think for a better America future.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. Well, guys, let's keep this cruise moving. We got headline number 2. Can we get a little Andy Damas?
Well, it's pretty much every day now.
Yeah, I know, right? You want to take a guess? You mentioned it. Let's see if you...
Pandemic.
Oh, man.
I know, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, behind door number 2. Chinese hospitals overwhelmed with sick children after surge.
Are you guys ever like?
Yeah. Surprise.
When are you going to stop doubting me?
Surprise, motherfuckers.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Continue. This feels great.
Yeah. Hospitals overwhelmed with sick children after surge in respiratory illness. Now, these are a few MSM articles for you guys just to see how it's being played out. So this article reads, hospitals in northern China appear to be, quote, overwhelmed with sick children as the country grapples with a surge in respiratory illness and clusters of pneumonia, prompting the World Health Organization to ask Beijing for more data. At the Beijing Children's Hospital in the capital, long lines of people were waiting to register during a visit by NBC News on Thursday. Waiting rooms were crowded with parents and children, some of them on IV drips. In a review of China's data, the World Health Organization said that the increase in cases came earlier in the season, quote, but not unexpected given the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions is similarly experienced in other countries. According to the WHO, Chinese health authorities did not detect new or unusual pathogens, and the rise in respiratory illnesses has not resulted in patient loads that exceed hospital capacities. So you got the WHO in there, okay? But it's okay, guys, because guess what? Mainstream media, they have all your answers, right? Could China's child pneumonia outbreak spread? We have everything you need to know on it. Now, how would you have everything that you need to know on it? It's something that's just now getting going. I think that's a very,
Well, how have I been talking about this for a year and a half, 2 years, about this actually being a pandemic for children? I mean, there's only probably 20, 30, fucking 50 clips of me saying this exact thing.
Oh, Andy, no, bro. Listen, AP fact checked that. There was a fictional virus that was created for training exercise, not for another pandemic.
Oh, okay. So the AP's credible.
Yeah, it was just for So like that training event they called catastrophic contagion, where they had that thing called SEERS, right? That the exercise simulated a series of World Health Organization emergency health advisory board meetings addressing a fictional pandemic that was set in the near future. That
disproportionately affecting children and young people.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the one that actually said there would be 20 million plus child deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Who said this? Who said that they were going to run a pandemic that affected children that then was going to actually kill children so that they could blame all the people that they are saying caused all the problems last time?
First it was grandma killers.
Yeah.
Now
it's kid killers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the problem. My opinion, I've said this plenty of times in the show. In fact, we should probably go find a couple of the clips and throw them in here. If I was playing chess and I was on their team and I was trying to figure out how to win, here's what I would think. I would say, okay, we have all these people that made it impossible for us to get what we wanted to get the first time. They resisted. They stood up. We had way more resistance than we thought. Bill Gates says this in one of his interviews.
Yeah, he did.
We hit way more resistance than we thought we were going to hit. If I was on their team and I wanted to maintain power, you test everybody like we run, like what they're doing right now. Say, well, where are we at with people?
Yeah.
Are they going to wear masks again? Are they going to line up and get this vaccine again?
Yeah.
What are they going to do? How scared are they still? All right. Then we take the temperature. That's what I believe this is. Mm-hmm. Then we release something that actually kills people. And all the people who are saying right now, do not comply, don't wear a mask, don't bow down, don't do any of this stuff. When people's kids start dying, which is what the SEERS pandemic exercise actually tested for. And if you remember, the first pandemic exercise that they ran in October of 2019.
Event 201.
Event 201. It was the exact COVID variant, right? Like, so what they talked about in Event 201 was actually what happened. And it happened just a few months later, and nobody seemed to think that that was weird. All right. Now they ran one called Sears, and in the Sears pandemic, 20 billion kids die. All right. Now, if you were trying to control the population and you were talking about this in public, like Bill Gates does, do you think that it would advance your agenda if 20 billion kids died, a whole generation of kids in certain places? Would that advance it? It sure would. Now, what do we do with the people who are calling bullshit? Well, we can make them the enemy, because if we release this thing and these people are saying, hey, resist, do not comply, then it's their fault that the kids die.
Yep.
Then they criminalize those people and remove them from society. They put them in camps or they execute them. And then they run the world because there is no resistance anymore. That's what I see their plan to be. If it actually kills children, their plan might work.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking danger. Like, I think these people would kill 20 million children to keep from what will happen to them if they lose power from happening.
Yeah.
I mean, does anybody think that? I mean, I think that.
I think they'll absolutely do it. I mean, now
what would that do to the parents of the people who have been calling bullshit on the pandemic for 2020 and 2021, 2022, and who are now saying, do not comply, do not let them do this again? What would that do to those people? Well, it would create a situation where they would legitimately try to round those people up and fucking kill them. And you would have public support because people's kids are dying.
Mm-hmm.
And these people wouldn't realize that these people killed their kids just to remove,
to achieve this.
Just to remove the only obstacle between them and total control, which is the people who are going to say no.
And calling for accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Now, I'll say this.
Bro, the fucking same old villains, they should be rounded up and fucking dealt with now.
Yeah. Before they can release the shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this, though, because following this stuff for the last couple of years as we have, it's important to understand where we are in this process, right? Now, what I believe that this specific story that's happening right now, I think this is their temperature check. Right, they're going to put it out there, see what the reactions are. Is this something? Are they not worried about this? Because that's typically a play for them, right? They do a couple of small little like testers, right? Feeder, get a decent temperature gauge on it, see where everybody's at. I mean, they try to use fear first, right? And here we are at the holiday times. Families are home, right? I mean, I don't know, man.
People should have resisted the first time, because now it's going to get worse. And, these people already made pregnant moms get the vaccine. Bro, the death rate is higher than it's been in 80 years we looked at?
In almost every country.
Yeah, in almost every country.
Except for the ones that didn't.
The amount of child deaths are at a high, okay? And it's because of these forced vaccinations by all accounts. I mean, that's what most people are saying, and it seems to be accurate. Yeah. I mean, I actually think there's a whole lot more death that's happening that people just are not, they've kind of tuned out, or they've kind of gotten used to it, And bro, I can see this in my own life. Like I've known a number of young people who have died suddenly or died unexpectedly. And dude, when we talk about this, we get tons and tons and tons of feedback from people who are like, there's no doubt people are fucking dying. And they're not talking about it at all. And so, like, what do you think these people are willing to do to go past that? Like, in my opinion, how I see this is very simply, they needed to maintain power. If you were guilty of the things that they are being accused of, that means the punishment would be life imprisonment or probably death. Okay. And so what are you willing to do to avoid death? Well, you are willing to do whatever you have to do. And these people are no different, except they have all the money and all the power and all the control and own the media. And so we're in a situation where this is pretty dangerous, because these people can manipulate the narrative quicker and harder and faster than anybody else on the planet, with total unity, which makes it appear credible. Mm-hmm. But people have gotten smart. People have learned that, the CDC and the WHO and Fauci and all these people, the media,
Gates.
people are not listening to these people anymore, right? So how do they get the power back? Well, they get the power back by creating a scenario where they can legitimately remove the people who are calling them on their bullshit from society, which what better way to do that than to start a pandemic that actually killed people at mass and then turn the families of the people who were killed onto the people who have been saying, do not comply, don't trust these assholes, don't support them, don't listen to them, keep your business open, stop doing this. So this to me is a strategy to remove the resistance globally from their ability to maintain control of what they're trying to do. And so that's my personal opinion. And, I've got a pretty good track record. So it's going to be a very difficult situation if this is true, if this is a real pandemic. Now, you could be right. This could be practice. But if this is a real one and kids are going to die, this is going to present some very difficult times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think it's important for everybody to recognize right now who the fuck's responsible for this shit.
And then that's the thing that bothers me the most. They tell you.
Yeah.
They don't hide from it. They tell you exactly who's responsible for it.
Yeah.
We just don't listen.
Yep.
We don't fucking listen. Like
they
did the same shit with COVID. Ran the tabletop exercises. Months later, boom, there it is.
Yeah.
They run this exercise in October 23 or October 23rd of 2022.
Yeah, and here we are. Right before election season. Right?
Yeah, it's perfect timing.
Dude, listen, man. This is a big problem. Like, it's a big fucking problem. If you guys would have spoke up and held these people accountable after what they did in 2020 instead of protecting them or pretending like they didn't know what they were doing, these motherfuckers knew exactly what they were doing. There is like thousands of hours of videotape of every single news outlet parroting the exact same phrases, like the exact same phrases that they're supposed to say.
Mm-hmm.
This is a coordinated attack, and it was global, and it's headed by the people of the World Economic Forum. Those are the people in charge of this. They talk about it openly. They've written books about it. Klaus Schwab had a motherfucking book called Agenda 2030, The Great Reset, COVID-19, like literally in fucking 2020 as it started happening. Okay? Bill Gates and his organization ran a pandemic exercise in conjunction with the World Economic Forum in October of fucking 2019, and you all know what happened in 2020.
Right.
Dude, it's the same.
The part that pissed me off is China. They're coming out saying that this headline reads: China blames weak immunity from coronavirus lockdowns for respiratory outbreak in children.
I don't know. I mean,
so you're telling me? So the lockdowns were bad. We do admit that, but we're
going to lock them back down.
Let's go back to it again.
Yeah.
Right. Or isolation doesn't, dude, you remember that video that came out because we talked about it. When there's stuff like this, it actually helps your immune system by being around people and exposes. You need bacteria flora on your fucking body, moving that's how you.
Yeah, there was only thousands of doctors
that were saying the same shit,
speaking up this, and they all got fucking their medical licenses fucked with and labeled a quack and fired and removed from,
Never again.
No, I'm never fucking doing it again.
Never again.
And anybody else, regardless of what they unleash, you cannot fucking bend the knee to these people. It's not your people. The people who are saying, stand up, speak up, call these people out, hold them accountable. We're not doing this. Do not comply. They are trying to protect you, and you are not following their lead. And because you're not following their lead, these people remain in a position to continue to fucking do this to people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys, tell us what you guys think. Let us know down in the comments, hashtag round 2. Let us know. With that being said, man, let's get to our third and final headline. Headline number 3. I like when I see the left eat their own.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what headline number 3 is about. Headline number 3 reads, Mayor Adams responds to sexual assault accusation after reporter reveals suspicious detail about accuser. He's going down. I think they're done with him. That's what it's looking like.
Okay, well.
That's what it's looking like. So New York City Mayor Eric Adams spoke to reporters and responded to allegations of sexual assault on Thursday. Adams was accused of sexually assaulting a woman in 1993 in a bombshell legal filing. The accuser, who was not identified by the messenger, filed a summons Wednesday night under the Adult Survivors Act, the same law that allowed Jean Carroll to go after Trump 30 years later. The plaintiff accused Eric Adams of sexually assaulting her when they both worked for the city of New York, the messenger reported. Here's the video of his response.
As I was stating, I want to respond to this lawsuit that was just brought to my attention. It absolutely did not happen. I don't recall ever meeting this person, and I will never harm anyone in that magnitude. It did not happen. And, it's going to go its course, it's going to take its process. But it did not happen, and that is not who I am. And that is not who I've ever been in my professional life. And, it's just something that never took place.
Mr. Mayor, there are quite a number of lawsuits
filed
under the same name. A person by the same name has filed quite a number of lawsuits and has even written a book that appears to be on sale on Amazon about how to file lawsuits and how to win. Does that make you question the credibility, separate from the fact that you're saying this never happened?
Well, as you know, I've been in public life for almost 40 years, and people know my character. They see how I am, how I carry myself, and I could just emphatically state that one, this never took place. And I do not recall ever meeting the accuser. And it's just not who I am. And I would never do anything to harm someone.
Now, I did not. No, in all seriousness, though. It's not just this.
Hold on, before we even get into it.
Yeah.
What do you think he's lying about? What is he telling the truth about?
I think he's telling the truth that. See, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
I think he knew her, but I don't think it happened.
Yeah,
That's how I felt. Because when he said, I don't recall meeting them, if you didn't meet him, you say, I've never fucking heard of this person.
Right.
Okay, so he's trying to dance that line about does he know or does he not know? And in his head, he's thinking, do I have some sort of connection that they can expose me on, right? But I don't think he did what they're saying he did.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it.
It's very similar to, I don't know, another guy from New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember that guy that was president? His name was Trump?
Rump.
Yeah, Rump.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Big Rumpy Trump.
Yeah.
All right.
Trump.
Like this dude who gets accused of shit every day. And you know what's interesting? It's interesting that Eric Adams has championed these things his whole life. And here, there's this word for this. I forgot what it's called. It's called like marma.
Rhymes with shawarma.
Shawarma? Karma.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think it might be something a little bit deeper than just plain karma too, though, bro. Because, right before the sexual assault accusation that comes out, you got the FBI, they're searching this fundraiser, campaign manager, consultant.
Who's he been the most critical of the last few months?
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing, and we've seen this happen in other places too, right? Like, remember our friend Bob Menendez, who just got charged with bribery for a foreign government, right? We remember our other buddy Cuomo, right? He had sexual allegations, and what were they covering up with that one? They were trying to get him because of what happened with the pandemic response and the nursing home scandal, right? So what did Adams do that would make them put him off to the side? That is a great question, Andy. And it's a very, very simple answer. He's been extremely, extremely vocal and critical of Biden and the migrant response and what's going on in New York. So is this a thing of like, you're talking too much, you're getting too loud, we have to get this guy out?
Yes. Undoubtedly, yes. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever wonder how they come up? Listen, this is how they get everybody out of the way that they don't want. They come up with some bullshit sex scandal from 30 fucking years ago, bro. and bring it to the forefront and make a big deal, discredit the person and make the person try to resign or embarrass them to the point where they're not credible anymore.
Right. Because the accusation alone.
Dude, it should be a red flag to everybody. Yes, the accusation alone is
damage.
Yeah.
It will do the damage it's needed. Whether it actually happened or not, the accusation alone creates so much damage. He's done. He's done.
Well, that needs to change.
Yeah.
In culture, we need to change. We need to start realizing that when people get close to the truth, they get made to be the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Look what they did. Look, you can say whatever the fuck you want about Andrew Tate. All right. Look what they did to fucking Andrew Tate. Okay. Look what they've done to anybody who speaks up enough and stands up enough. Look what they're doing to Trump. Look what they're doing to this Menendez guy who's one of theirs. Okay. These people have weaponized this tactic. And when I say these people, I mean Joe Biden and I mean the 3-letter agencies. Obama. And they are working together to create a scenario where they can fucking create anything. And it doesn't even have to be true. And it's always a sex scandal. It's always an abuse scandal. It's always a rape situation because that's the one that people will care the most about. Dude, or what is the other one that they always figure out that people always end up being? What's that thing they end up being? A whatophile?
Pedophile.
Yeah, right? And, they got pictures of child porn on their computer. Like, I'm not standing up for any of those people, but, the CIA and the FBI and these people who are very powerful, they do have the ability to put those images on your computers. Like, there's that, right? So, like, we have to start understanding that, like, when people start to stand up for the actual reality, like, I don't like Eric Adams.
I'm about to say, this is not a defense of Eric Adams. Like,
I'm not a fan of his.
I don't like his politics.
Correct.
I don't like his attitude.
He's full of shit.
He's fucking rude sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, wrong is still wrong.
Wrong is wrong. But I'll also say when people do the thing right. Like earlier in the show when they said Biden's senile, I said, it's not Biden that's senile.
It's really here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to call it how it is on both sides.
Yep.
And I don't like Eric Adams. He's not my cup of tea. But here's the reality. He understands that New York is being fucking destroyed, and he cares enough to at least speak out on something that's unpopular within his political affiliation. And this is how they get him.
Yeah.
This will happen to everybody, bro. Dude, if we don't change the direction in 2024 politically, this will start happening to anybody who speaks out. They will figure out a way to fucking prosecute or destroy or ruin anybody that speaks out. And until culture changes, meaning we don't destroy people just because the media says this or these random accusations, and we start abiding by the assumption that they are innocent until proven guilty, because very rarely do these people get found guilty. It's just the accusation piled on it. And if that doesn't work, they'll do another one, and they'll make another one come out, and then they'll make another one come out. That's how they do this. And we've seen it over and over and over again. And when you say, who's doing it? Well, I don't know. You should probably look at who the people are that are being criticized when these things happen.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's always consistent. It's always constant. And you're correct. They are eating their own, right? And so Eric Adams, I guarantee you, he's sitting there right now and he's like, holy fuck, I picked the wrong fucking team, right? Because they'll kill him just as much as they kill the people they say they hate. Like, these people are fucking ruthless, bro. There's no loyalty amongst these people. And honestly, like, if I'm being honest, those people deserve this shit because they've done it to other people 1,000 times because they're on the team. Right? They know
it's
the game.
Cool, it's nice and easy, and it's comfortable when you're on the team.
Yes.
Yeah.
But see, you don't think Eric Adams knows that they've been doing this for the last 30 fucking years?
That's what I'm saying. Menendez didn't, like, he's not doing anything that any of the other motherfuckers weren't doing.
And because they didn't stand up and speak the truth and say, this is wrong, this should not be happening, now it's happening to them. So real talk, like, anytime accusations come out between, especially like sexual allegations or rape things, I don't fucking believe them anymore until they're proven. Because, dude, we had such a change in culture with the Me Too shit where every fucking man was an abuser and and bro, all those same women are now complaining because no men will fucking date them. Well, no men will date you because men are afraid that if they even like talk to you a certain way, they're going to get fucking slapped with some sort of fucking allegations, bro. Like, it's the truth.
It's bullshit, man.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
So we need to get smarter as a culture. You know something else I think we need to change culturally? Totally unrelated. Texting people on fucking Thanksgiving and Christmas. No, I got to be real with this. This is fucking real.
Yeah.
Okay? It used to be that Thanksgiving and Christmas and certain holidays, Easter, you know, these times were made for our families. They were made for us to have family time away from work. And now most people, they have a pretty high attachment to their cell phone in regards of maybe just in their social life. Some people do it for their professional life too. And because technology has never been talked about and ethics of technology have never really been talked about, it seems to be appropriate for everybody to text or mass text and say Happy Thanksgiving on fucking Thanksgiving when we're trying to fucking chill, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys have to start realizing that this is rude behavior. It's rude. Okay, if it's your close family member, if it's your friend, maybe. But like just random people that you haven't talked to and you only talk to them. If you go in your phone and every time you talk to someone is on a holiday or their birthday, stop fucking doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, for me,
It's
like,
gay.
listen, bro, for me, the last 10 years of my life, because I've been on social media and I've had somewhat of a following, every holiday and every birthday has been completely fucking wasted by people texting me. Do you think that I want to sit there on my fucking birthday and get 4,000 fucking text messages from random people?
Yeah.
Like, do you think I want 4,000 DMs from random people to say, bro, I don't want that. Nobody wants that.
No.
And like, bro, this doesn't have to do with just me. It has to do with anybody.
It's culture.
It's a cultural correction that we need in terms of what is deemed appropriate behavior. Technology has changed things. We don't have holidays anymore. We don't get breaks anymore. Like, how many of you guys have work on your cell phone or have massive time on your cell phone and like you just want to fucking chill on these days and you can't because you got every moron that you know texting you fucking the turkey emoji. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. It's true. It should be seen as rude to do that.
That should be a day off.
Unless it's like, you know, like close friends, like real close.
Yeah.
You know, the truth of the matter is people don't do that for the other person. They do it for themselves. Because remember, it's always like the same fucking
That's not
20
genuine.
people that you know that do it.
Yep.
They're doing that so they can be seen as the person who's thoughtful or, you know, more caring or whatever. Bro, you're not fooling anybody. Like, every time someone who only texts me 2-3 times a year on those days texts me, it just furthers my fucking my perspective that they're fucking dumbass, right? It makes me want to spend less time around them. It makes me value them less because I see how they actually are. You see what I'm saying?
No, that's real shit, dude. I'm the same
Yeah.
way. Everybody, like, that's the thing. Everybody's like that.
What?
Everybody, I mean, I would say most people get that.
Get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And feel the same way.
Like, bro, stop.
Yeah,
Start seeing it as rude. Don't do it. Like, it's rude.
it is.
Like, you wouldn't go to someone's house on Thanksgiving and just stop on the fucking knock on the door unannounced and say, Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Turkey Day.
All right, I'm gone. And then the next guy shows up, and then the next guy, and it goes on for hundreds of people. Then you don't ever get to spend your day with your family, your friends, doing the things that you want to do. You're accommodating all these people who are being thoughtful. Well, I'm going to be thoughtful too, and I'm going to say, get the fuck out. Like, bro, I'm so over it, dude. I'm going to get rid of technology eventually. Like, this is real shit.
Presidential order.
Listen, life was better. There's a lot of good things that have happened with the internet. There's a lot of good things that have happened with social media. But I am telling you, as someone who grew up for 20 years, 21 years before this shit really took over, I'm telling you, if you understood how much better life was without it, you would give it away in a second. It's stolen so much from us. And we've had it for so long now that people don't understand what it's even stolen. It steals everything. It steals our whole ability to live presently in reality all the time. Like, it's completely different life. It's completely different and not for the better. Regardless of the economic success that I've had my whole life, for the most part, that has been built through the internet. Okay. I would give that all away in 1 fucking second to not have it. That's how much better life was. I would give it away fucking 100 times to zero over how much better it was without it. Like, this is ruining our lives. It's ruining our relationships. It's ruining our ability to communicate.
Our human experience.
Yes, it's ruining it.
Yeah.
And we keep going more and more and more and more and more into it. It's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
So at least give us a couple days, like the holidays, so we can like chill and like spend it with our families and fucking relax.
Right, go argue with your aunt or something.
Yeah, well, just don't answer your texts. Well, it's kind of hard when it happens every fucking 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like real talk, like all you guys that have my cell phone number, I'm getting a new number. I'm not giving it to you. I'm not giving it to anybody. You guys in this room will have it. The people here, key people will have it. And my 5 closest friends will have it outside of here. And that is it.
Yeah.
That is fucking it. So that's coming soon.
I love it,
Yeah,
man.
you ain't getting it.
I love it.
So don't ask me. The worst is the people that fucking, like, you just meet and they're like, I'll get your number? Absolutely not.
No.
No fucking way. I don't know who the fuck you are. You're one of these people that fucking text every fucking 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, not happening. Yeah, but guys, jump in on this conversation. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. #TimeIsUp, and let us know your thoughts. So with that being said, man, that was our third and final headline.
Eric Adams looks a little shocked there, doesn't he? Like he's a little taken back. Like,
No, he was just about to go off on a reporter.
he should have.
Yeah.
He should have. But he couldn't remember. Just from his observation,
Yeah.
he couldn't remember if he actually knew this person or not. That's what I was picking up. He couldn't remember. He's like, fuck, do I know this person or not? He didn't want to say, I never fucking heard of this person.
Right.
Because he's.
They'll use that against you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He was being careful with his words.
Yeah.
He's not sure.
Yeah. So guys, let's get into our final segment of the show. We got thumbs up, and I got a good one for you. This is a really good one. I like this one a lot. So this is, guys, for you guys that don't know or are new, maybe this is your first episode, thumbs up or dumb as fuck. This is where we bring a headline up, we talk about it, and we get one of those two options. So our thumbs up or dumb as fuck headline reads, Teacher of the Year creates mock vacation to Mexico for her students and even gets them to stand in line for their passport applications. Now, this happened about a month ago, but there's a follow-up here that I thought was pretty awesome. So a first grade teacher has gone above and beyond for her students by putting together an elaborate simulated trip to Mexico. In now viral footage on TikTok, Sonia White was seen creating faux passport, boarding passes, and an entire air travel simulation for her classroom to bring awareness of Hispanic Heritage Month and improve their money handling skills. Quote, come along with first grade to Mexico, White said in the video. Here, we're taking passport pictures. I'm going to laminate some boarding passes, and I'm going to laminate some sombreros and make them our placemats. So here's
Cultural appropriation.
that's what that is.
Yep.
No doubt.
Can't have that.
But let's watch the video.
We headed to?
We're going to the passport office.
We're headed to the passport office.
Come along with first grade to Mexico. Here we're taking passport pictures. I'm going to laminate some boarding passes, and I'm going to laminate our sombreros and make them our placemats.
Are you excited? Where are we going today?
Mexico.
Did you bring some stuff?
To Mexico.
Oh, you're going to Mexico. Good morning.
Good morning.
Where are you going?
Mexico.
To Mexico.
And now I turn into Superwoman. I'm going to change my classroom into an airplane. I found a video on YouTube that they're going to watch to make us feel like we're in the air. They have passports, they have boarding passes, and of course we are flying Southwest Airlines. I'm going to give each young adult their passport and their airline ticket because no mommies are allowed to go. And I'm going to match their little passports up to their faces to make sure they are who they say they are. So now I'm a TSA agent. They are going to board the aircraft and get ready for takeoff. They can sit anywhere they like on my plane.
There ain't never been a TSA agent that nice.
No, fuck no. Search that little motherfucker.
We are now opening the door for the aircraft.
It's cool, man.
This is cool.
It's fucking cool, right? So they do this little simulated
Bro,
trip.
she's teaching them real skills,
Real
too.
skills. Like,
That
they
is-
had to-
I actually think this is amazing.
They had to, like, they budgeted their money.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking cool. I thought
Yeah.
that was fucking awesome. So, like I said, this story's about a month old, right?
Yeah.
But there's been a new development.
Yeah.
Right?
They
so,
fly back?
Huh?
They fly back?
No, man. So in her classroom, she simulated that they were flying with Southwest, right?
Yeah.
Well, Southwest reached out. This headline reads, Southwest helps teacher turn mock trip into reality after viral video. So after that video of that first grade teacher down in Texas, Southwest, they reached out to her. So the videos by now has gotten millions of views. and Southwest decided to plan a field trip for all the first grade students at the school. The students started their trip at the Southwest Dallas maintenance hangar for a behind-the-scenes tour of how real airplanes work. They then boarded a Southwest Boeing 737 MAX 8, which for some was the first time they have even seen a real plane, Southwest said. Just like with the mock setup in the class, the students interacted with flight attendants, took their seats, and they were served a special snack. They also got to do some fun activities like constructing a Southwest plane made of paper. An actual pilot hopped on the plane with the students to teach them more about aviation, and told them inspiring messages like always follow your dreams and stay true to your heart. Afterwards, the students were able to see real planes taking off into the skies from Dallas Fort Worth International. Southwest said, as a thank you to helping shape future leaders, the company gifted all the first grade teachers and the school principal with 2 round-trip tickets to anywhere with that airline. Quote, Southwest is honored to have the opportunity to create a unique aviation experience for the first grade students, just as Mrs. White did for her class. Who knows? Maybe there's a future Southwest employee in this group of sweet kids, company said. And here's a few pictures from that field trip.
That's cool, man.
I just thought, dude,
I think it's super cool.
It's cool.
That's super cool. Like, that's exact. I noticed that Southwest brought him the nice plane, though. Look at those
Yeah, I
seats.
say, dude, because I took
brand
a
new.
fucking Southwest
Listen,
flight.
there's somebody on Southwest that's really good at PR. They're like, hey, we'll get our nicest plane.
Yeah.
We'll do this thing. It'll get massive press.
It'd be nice.
Unfortunately, I believe that's what this is. This is a PR move, but it's a good one.
It's a good one.
And
yeah.
it's still cool for the kids. So everybody's winning. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Would have been cool if they would figure out a way to actually like take those kids somewhere in Mexico, like as a group, for like a couple days.
Safely, yeah.
I don't know how you would do that. But that's probably why they didn't do it, because
Yeah.
it'd be a logistical nightmare. But I think this is awesome and really like like we give the teachers a lot of heat in here, right? Like,
Yeah, because
we gotta
most of them are teaching
okay,
bullshit.
most of them are full of shit.
Yeah.
But reality is there are some really good teachers that really become responsible for any success or, winning, good things in these kids' lives,
Yeah.
and this woman is clearly one of them.
Yeah.
She's teaching them real skills. They're having fun. They're getting a good life experience. If all teachers were like that, this whole country would look completely different.
Yeah. No doubt, man.
Yeah.
No doubt at all. So,
That woman, she's probably getting paid, fucking what, 50, 60 grand, maybe. Like this is why if we could correct the pay scale with teachers and stop spending our tax dollars on Ukraine and like all this useless woke shit and all this bullshit, and we actually increase teachers' salary to a level where they could actually live a more comfortable existence,
for sure.
it would attract better quality teachers and get rid of all of these people who are just there to push their own agenda on children. So if I were president, that would happen immediately. Immediately. I would sign a fucking executive order to like increase base minimum pay for teachers. And any teachers that had any of these other flags besides the American flag will be fired immediately. Trump's talking about something like that.
Yeah.
Defunding those schools. But we have to reward and make the career positions that are most important to the future of this country more lucrative.
The make or break fucking positions,
Yes,
man.
because this would take people who would otherwise go be something that earn more money. They would maybe have interest and say, you know what? I'm going to go do this instead. I'm going to pour into these kids. I'm going to teach these kids real skills.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, we have to have that. Like it's a must have.
See, I got an interesting idea. I had this idea pop up. I feel like there needs to be some type of program incentive, right? You talk about giving back to your community, right? So like, let's say you were like, a high level artist, right? And you retire from being art. And in order to, like, the part of your fucking community payback is you have to go teach for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a fucking entrepreneur in business and you killed it, had a successful time, once you retire or get done, you go teach. You know what I'm saying? Have there be some.
Well, you could do that. Yeah, you could do that by simply giving tax advantages to those people.
To those, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that'd be
to
fucking
those individual
dope.
people. Like if you said to those people, okay, like
go build your companies.
Yeah, let's just say this, okay?
Yeah.
Let's say you built a company and you retired because you sold it.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, okay, you're going to be taxed at 15% capital gains on your business sale, or you're going to be taxed at 8% if you agree to go teach for 4 years.
4 years, exactly.
At this salary, we're going to pay you, but if you agree to go, dude, we have a totally different country.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's why it'd be some powerful, and you're actually being taught by people who.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the exact way, but
I'm sure some farmer that though, bro, it could work.
Right.
It would
we're just kind of thinking it up right now, but the reality is if we don't incentivize high skilled people to go do these jobs, high care people to go do these jobs, because it's not just about the caring, it's also about the skills.
For sure.
This woman cares and has skills. See, she cares to put all this effort for these kids, but she also has the skill set to understand that those kids are going to learn in a fun environment, not a lecture environment.
Sure.
And so those are the kind of people we must have teaching our kids. We must have people that are high care and high skill. And right now, I think we have a lack of both. I think we have a culture where a lot of teachers are there because they get 3 or 4 months off a year and they can do whatever they want. And while they're there, they don't care about the kids. They care about pushing their own personal agenda or whatever their political lane happens to be onto these kids. And we're seeing more and more and more of that. But I also think on the flip side of that, we have to remember that that's not all teachers, and that's probably not the majority of teachers. But those teachers that do those things should not be teachers.
Agreed.
And those teachers who do things like this woman, you guys should be the ones who were standing up saying, we can't have this. We got to do this. Right?
Yeah, a massive advocate.
But they're afraid of their own teachers union. They're afraid to speak up. They're afraid if they speak up, they'll get blackballed out of their own job. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with oppression and tyranny on multiple different levels and intimidation tactics. No different than Eric Adams being accused of this thing is, are teachers afraid to speak up because they're afraid they'll be punished by the teachers union? That's wrong.
Up.
The teachers union should be abolished.
I think all unions.
Well, that's a discussion for another day.
No.
But I mean, unions serve a particular point up until the point of when they become more worried about the union's strategic partnerships and less about the actual union members who are supposed to work.
Exactly.
Okay. And we have that situation going on across all the unions in this country where a lot of the unions are partnered up with these big funds and these big political initiatives, and they tell their members to vote a certain way or do a certain thing. But the reality is the interests that union is advocating for do not represent the interest of the worker. They represent the interest of the bosses who are getting a cut of whatever corrupt deals being made.
Absolutely, bro.
So like, we have to be honest. It's not like unions are a terrible thing if they were actually operated appropriately. But they've become so corrupt over the course of history that now we have a situation where even the union, in a lot of cases, doesn't serve the workers. It's a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real, man. So thumbs up on this story, obviously. Yeah. Great job, Mrs. White. And with that being said, man, 80 guys, that is all I have.
Yep. Don't forget, next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central, Day in the Life episode 2. And don't be a hoe.
Share the show.